Adams, Ahmed, Ali, Anderson. As backs bed Brown the car check Clark Cook Dave Duff Ed the Ev for the Frank Gallagher Guard Jill Good Gap Griff Hop Hand Power Hop Head Hop Who Hugh Humpers I Jack Jeng John Carl King Knock Lloyd Lewis old Ryan Russell Young Jang Stevens
Thanks for coming by. I'm sure you're very anxious to get out on track. It's taken a lot of effort to get to F1. Congratulations. But the real work starts now. This is...
Claire, motorsports journalist. Nice to meet you. You'll be seeing quite a lot of me throughout the season. So, you had a pretty impressive junior career. How are you feeling about your move into F1? Do you think you have what it takes?
Let's save the questions for a proper interview, shall we? I'm sure you'll have a lot more to talk about once there's been some action on track. I think we could fit you in after FP1 if you're free.
That works for me. I'll grab you the second you finish on the track.
Remember, the relationship you have with the team can be affected by what you say to the media. So be careful. Anyway, it's time to catch up with Carl. He's waiting for you in the data center. Good luck out there today.
Welcome to the data center. Here, we've got access to all kinds of information, including car telemetry, weather, lap times, tyre wear, the list goes on. Plus, we've got a direct link back to the factory, so we're in constant communication with the team there. We need you to regularly feedback about areas of the car that are lacking and help us direct our resources in the most productive way. More effort here equals a quicker car, so it's well worth the effort. Good luck this season. Oh, and make us all look good, okay?
Welcome to your new team. McLaren are one of the most successful teams in the sport, and they've reinvented themselves over the past few years. They demand excellence from all areas of their organization, and they'll expect you to integrate yourself and get up to speed from the first race. Here you can see the pertinent details about your current contract. On one side are the objectives and bonuses that we've negotiated with the team. On the other is information regarding how you're perceived throughout the paddock, your reputation with the current team, and your overall value to them, which is a combination of these elements. Winning rivalries is a great way to earn respect from your team and around the paddock, which will help make it easier to negotiate favorable contracts. Your first rival is always your teammate, but you can choose who to declare as your second. The harder the rival from the eligible selection, the more respect you stand to gain or lose depending on the result.
We're about to join the action in what is sure to be an interesting practice session here in Melbourne. It's not long until we get the session underway, and we'll have some cars appearing out on the track. Now then, Anthony Davidson, there's been a lot of talk over the last few weeks about track limits. How much is too much when you're cutting corners and running wide? What are your thoughts on this? And do you think we'll be seeing drivers pushing those limits this weekend?
Well, I'd be disappointed if we didn't, frankly. If race control want to clamp down on drivers wandering off the track, then it's up to them to police it. As a driver, you're being paid to get your car around the circuit as quickly as possible, don't forget. So if you're not pushing those limits, if you're ignoring the advantageous line, then you're not doing your job properly. Now, I agree that, we have these white lines there for a reason, and we do want to see those limits enforced, but for me, it's not a driver's responsibility to do that.
In the unforgiving world of Formula One, free practice sessions are a vital part of any Grand Prix weekend.
Morning, Jeff here. I'm looking forward to working with you as your race engineer. Hope you've had a good night's sleep, because we've got a lot of work to do today to prep for the season ahead. We're ready to fire up the car, so why not head out and get a few laps under your belt? When you get a chance, make sure to run some of our practice programs. They don't all need to be done in one session, but there's valuable data there to help race strategy and car development. Okay, the track is green right now, so take a few laps to get the tyres up to temperature. Try and feel your way around. Want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. We monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window. Surface temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel for how to control them. just put in the quickest lap of the session so far. Pitting this lap then, come into the pits at the end of this lap. changes you requested.
receive you at the end of this lap. Didn't catch that. Say again. Understood, stopping this lap.
Okay, let's update the setup. So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 30.1.
An interesting practice session there then. Let's remind ourselves of the top three, who are Stevens, Ricciardo and Sebastian Vettel. Thank you for joining us for free practice today. We'll be back with more Formula One action very shortly.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. It's been a lot of hard work, but here you are making your debut in Formula One. You must be thrilled. So how are you finding things at the team? Are you settling in? What are you expecting out of this season? Are you just aiming to find your feet in Formula One, or do you see something more? Great! Well, that's everything.
P5. Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top three: Hamilton, Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo. That concludes an interesting practice session. Let's hope for more excitement as the weekend unfolds.
That was a nasty incident. Glad to see you're no worse for wear. The car took a beating, but I think we can get it fixed up for the next session.
Welcome to Melbourne, where qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix should be getting underway shortly. Now then, Anthony Davidson, you're not getting any younger, but you have been involved in your fair share of qualifying sessions in an illustrious 30-year career. How do you deal with the pressure when you have that one chance to deliver a perfect lap?
It's not so much about dealing with the pressure, it's more about how you approach the risk and just how much of it are you willing to take. You're constantly balancing the car on the edge of grip from braking, cornering and traction. And over the course of a lap, it's easy to get that balance wrong. And that's why achieving the perfect lap is almost impossible. As you say, I've been doing this 30 years now, and it never gets any easier.
Good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
So qualifying is complete and we're all set for an exciting race tomorrow. Your top three are Stevens, Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel.
Well done. That was a good qualifying performance.
New drivers, new cars and a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that hosts the first round of a 21-race championship, taking us from here in Melbourne, Australia, across the globe before we eventually reach the season finale at Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi. So here we are at Albert Park Circuit. 3.3 miles of public roads, closed for the weekend of course, make for a bumpy surface with little undulation. There are 16 corners around the lake with the best passing opportunities coming at turn 1 and turn 3. We have plenty of changes to the sport this year with the addition of new safety features, the return of France and Germany in an expanded 21-race calendar, and more tyre compounds than ever before. And of course, we have some big car manufacturers back in the sport too, with Alfa Romeo and Aston Martin returning as title sponsors for Sauber and Red Bull respectively. Joining me to take you through all the action of the 2018 Formula One season is Anthony Davidson. Great to have you with us.
Thanks, Crofty. Always happy to be here. I'm looking forward to getting underway. Last year was Mercedes' 4th Constructors' title in a row, although for the first half of the season, it was absolutely neck and neck with the Ferraris. Hopefully this year we can see the chasing pack take that final step, as I'd love to see a championship contest all the way up to the final race in Abu Dhabi. Another story to keep an eye on is the relative performance of McLaren and Toro Rosso, who have exchanged power unit suppliers this year. And given the additional restrictions on engine components, they need to be strong in terms of both performance and reliability.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Stevens lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Verstappen, Valtteri Bottas, and Raikkonen, Ricciardo, Hülkenberg, Magnussen, and Roman Grosjean, Perez, Alonso, Charles Leclerc and Ocon, Gasly, Sainz, Brendan Hartley and Lance Stroll, Sirotkin and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Great start to the season. Let's convert this pole into a win.
Okay, now stay alert for threats around you. Fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. To teammate behind is 15.6 seconds. a race win. You've really been great today.
A great win then for the McLaren team today. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature. So the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable out there.
Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be McLaren picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for that fantastic performance. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Stevens takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
I think I'm going to give it to Daniel Ricciardo. He's come through the field so well today, you know. Well deserved.
On to the constructors then. McLaren move to the top of the table. That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. You took the top points today. Was it a comfortable win? Everything went your way today. It looked like you had a really good strategy for the race. You really looked in control of your car out there. Your team must be thrilled. Great! Well, that's everything.
We've received invitations to new historic events. You'll be able to choose whether or not to participate before the end of this weekend.